Well, it's ugly.
All right. Hey, everybody, I'm Josh.
I'm Jace. Josh's desktop is ugly.
So we're gonna watch RWBY, Volume 8, Episode 10. Maybe the episode, Jace?
Ultimatum.
I don't really know what that's entailing because aren't they done? Like the bomb is about to show up at the whale, but they're leaving.
How about let's start by looking back at how the last episode ended. Basically looked like Harry Potter versus Voldemort.
Like, okay, I want to say something. So Oscar and Ozpin, they did something that triggered like a bright white light, which maybe it's the same light from the Silver Eyes. Because remember when Maria Calavera was telling RWBY about the story, like, do you remember from Jin's story? And it was like the bright white light, and Oscar just created another bright white light. So how much of an effect is it going to have on Salem for now? Because it's probably not going to kill her.
Okay, well, here's a theory. When they were talking about, well, you'd think that silver-eyed warriors are more common, and it's like maybe, but they seem to be dwindling day after day. So something's happening.
Yeah,
someone's hunting them.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They think it's Salem. What if Ozpin has a way to siphon off that trait?
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Take away their silver-eyed ability.
They might be fused now at this point, Oscar and Ozpin, because they said, I don't like it when we use magic because it makes them like fuse more. I was like, when did they use magic? And I guess the force field at the end of Volume 7 was the magic. I thought that was like a semblance aura thing. What is Ozpin's semblance? Oh wait, are we dealing with Oscar's semblance or Ozpin's semblance?
I don't think we know either of them.
I know, but like, would it be Oscar's semblance because it's his body? Does Ozpin get a new semblance every body? Possibly.
We don't know though.
We don't know.
Does Ozpin have a semblance?
I guess we just have to assume that it was magic that did that. And then Hazel probably died. Full on sacrifice.
He was beating the shit.
Yeah, I know.
Out of Salem.
That was awesome. And he was doing really cool stuff with dust. He made like a giant magma ball. He slammed a wind dust on the ground. And then he he had like a fire dust in his mouth. He cracked it and lit himself on fire with Salem. It was pretty good.
Alright, shall we?
Let's do it.
Patreon is the thing.
Patreon is the thing. We also had a break for a week because of the weather conditions in Texas, so
let's do it.
Let's do it. Hope everyone's safe. I really thought they were going to kiss.
How the fuck did Oscar survive that?
Yeah, and there's no consequences? They built him.
He was singed. Not even an arm blown off.
No, that's from previous things. Like remember when he first got captured and Salem blasted him with rainbows?
It looked bigger.
I think it was the same. I wondered what the cane did because I was like, it's got to be more to it than just a stick.
It stores up energy and maintains it, and then releases it.
Specifically, kinetic energy. That was the thing that got me. I was like, huh, interesting. Do you know what kinetic energy is?
Like moving energy?
Yeah, like you feel that.
Right.
Yeah. So if there's a dude in My Hero whose quirk was absorbing kinetic energy, he would get powered up from being punched.
Why do you have to reference quirks?
This is what has become.
This is semblances.
I'm not saying that fucking word, okay?
What fucking word?
Semblances. They're all quirks now.
No, they're not.
It's rebranded.
Nope.
What do you think of Emerald becoming a good guy? Okay, cool.
Changing her morality, you mean?
What do you think of it?
I feel like it was inevitable. Because it's like, I feel like the only reason she was on with the villains is because she feels like she owes something to Cinder.
Mm-hmm.
But just because you owe someone something doesn't mean that what they're doing is right. So, What the hell? I mean, it's also not clear. Why does Emerald feel like she owes Cinder everything? Because I don't think that's really ever been explored.
It's like, say I owe Cinder everything because she picked her up off the streets from being like a gutter rat to, she seems to be a pickpocket to being whatever she is now. It's not like she gave her more power. I feel like I've been doing that a lot when I watch shows. It's just, oh, kiss? You gonna kiss? And someone goes I remember one time I was watching that with Emily, and she was laughing because I was like, kiss? And then one of the characters in the show goes, shall we? I was like, oh, shall we? Kiss?
Dude, I'm sure eventually they're gonna.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, between the two story arcs, like the adventure that Team Penny, the adventure that Team RWBY went on, the adventure that Team Yang went on, which one was more better? I'm going to answer for you. It was definitely the Team Yang stuff.
Yeah,
that was cool.
They were in the in the ReZero Whale.
Yeah,
they were in the Winter Wonderland, the Winter Wasteland, whatever it was, the Snowy Wasteland.
Man, I want to map out their journey. They went all over the place for a while. Meanwhile, what did RWBY do? They went up the tubes in the facility, and then they left the facility and went to went to Weiss's house.
Went to Schnee Manor,
and then they fought a dog. And that was their journey. I felt like it should have been a little more balanced, but I guess fighting
the fact that there was a person inside that, they really haven't done much with that information.
It's been 2 episodes, and there hasn't been nothing's happened. So what's gonna happen to? I guess now that I guess I was right. The focus is shifting to Ironwood stuff. You know what I mean? Like now Ironwood's the main antagonist of the series, or like maybe whatever's going on with Watts and Cinder. And I kind of liked that. I liked that discussion they had on the roof. I thought that was cool. And then Neo is just...
Weiss is right. I mean, not Weiss. Watts is right.
Yeah. And then...
What exactly is Cinder's goal, anyway?
I think she just wants power. Mm-hmm. I like the part...
That's kind of a cliche. It's dumb.
I feel like it works sometimes if you can get it done right, and I think it's fine with Cinder. It's not like it's done horribly, where it's like, I want to be the most powerful president in the world. I do like Watts' line. He's like, you think you deserve it because you've suffered. Well, suffering isn't enough. I wonder how much they paid Chris Sabat, because that's like the most Watts has talked throughout the entirety of the show in like one session.
I want to picture All Might saying all that.
It's yeah, you can imagine Watts, you can imagine All Might saying it, but it's such a different voice. It sounds more like Vegeta, to be honest.
Whatever. Anyways, I'm loving RWBY. It's getting good. It's awesome.
I'm surprised. I think it's because we're watching it week by week that we're like so invested. You know,
it's better to watch.
That can affect the viewing experience. I think is when you watch it week by week.
So we get caught up on My Hero Academia, then we can watch it week by week. And it builds up the suspense.
Oh, or it might piss us off. like Deku wins a fight. Like, all right, I can do 50% power. Ends. Fuck. Oscar went in for the hug. He tried to go and hug RWBY, but RWBY was too distracted by that bitch. I like the idea that Rin is being more of a sympathizer towards Emerald because he can actually see her emotions and what she's feeling. Like maybe she's feeling regretful or something. But yeah, everyone else is still like. Because Jean lost his Pyrrha, and Yang lost an arm. She's pretty attached to that.
Look at me. Bitch.
I remember one time you made a pun, and someone commented, I think it was on RWBY, because someone commented, "Damn it, Barbara." Do you get it?
No.
Okay, so Yang's voice actress, Barbara Dunkelman, is notorious for terrible puns.
I don't remember. What was the pun?
And it leaked over. I don't remember what pun you made, but I liked mine. She was pretty attached to that. There's like a podcast, like an animated video of just a short compilation of all the terrible puns Barbara Dunkelman has made on the podcast. Like they were talking about like, hey, do you know that Domino's is trying to like somehow deliver pizzas with the drones? And she goes, oh, maybe they should change the name to Drone Minos. Like, no, shut up. Or I would also accept Dama drones. Like, no, that's worse. Those
aren't good puns.
That's 2 strikes. That's 2 strikes, Barbara. Barbara Dronkelman.
Anyways, yeah, we like this episode.
It is weird. What's weird is that there's no consequences for the big explosion. Like Oscar's fine. He's not fused to Oscar.
Consequences to who?
Our characters. It worked out fine for them.
Actually, there is a consequence.
What? They still have the bomb?
They still have the bomb, and they're going to fucking use it on Mantle.
That's true. But wait,
you say Ironwood.
Why does this military only have 1 bomb? Don't they have multiple? They should have multiple bombs. You're the military, aren't you? They're a fucking Atlas. They're supposed to be the best military.
Maybe they have the materials to put them together, but right now, because everything's in chaos, they don't have the ability to put them together. Since they have one that's already assembled, that's all they got.
By the way, they were carrying it. It looked really small. I was expecting something bigger, or like they were going to drop it.
Do you know how big a nuke is?
How big is a nuke?
Probably about maybe a 2/3 the size of this bed.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Never mind then. But like, I really thought they would just drop it. They were like lugging it over and carrying it.
Sorry. Disclaimer. That's only based off of a scene I saw in the show 24. That's the only time I've ever seen.
You can't.
Actually, you know what? I'm not even 100% sure.
Not a real summation.
I'm not even 100% sure if that was a nuke, but it did create a massive mushroom cloud. So, but that's all I have to say.
I love the part where like they pick up the rubble and they see the bird. It's Crow, and he just swipes at a guy. And then, like, they find Robin. They're about to arrest her, but then Crow shows up, and he does this to a guy. He looks like he, like, wraps his arm around his neck, and then, like, pokes him in the neck or something. But it looked like it kind of looked like he slit his throat with nothing in his hands. Like, he, like, mimed slit his throat.
What if he just turned his single finger into, like, a talon, and then...
That's dumb. What's next?
He
turns his arms into bird wings, like Callum.
He can't... Shut up. He can't do that.
I'm kind of down for like Cinder character development because she was like, maybe I do need to think better about this. And then Neo has the relic, and she's blackmailing Cinder, kind of. It's like, hey, if you want to know the password, the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, how will you tell her?
She's texting, which I feel is cheating, but whatever. If you want to know the password, and she's like, she took a selfie with it. She's like, just posing with it. She said, "Don't forget what you owe me." What are we referring to? She wants revenge on Ruby, right?
They both want Ruby, yeah.
Yeah, but Neo specifically, because I feel like Salem's been more focusing on the relic and Penny and getting the maiden. Meanwhile, Neo still wants revenge on Penny or Ruby. So they gotta go. That's what they're going. That's how they're gonna be thrusted into the plot. All right, let's wrap this up. You have anything left to say?
Nope.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Josh.
I'm Jace.
Patreon is a thing, and we'll see you guys in the next one. This was a good episode.